Hi, everybody. Welcome to yoga. We're going to start standing. Good to be here. Let's reconnect with our mats, with our practice, with our bodies. Go ahead and just place your hands somewhere on your chest. You can be in prayer. You can just have your hands over your heart. You can do hand over heart and hand on belly, whatever feels good. We're just going to settle ourselves in here. You can close your eyes or just kind of focus down on the ground. And just take note of your breath. Just the normal breathing pattern that you have. And you can feel the kind of micro movements of your body. There's the shift of your weight slightly. There's little gurgles in your tummy. There's the rise and fall of your chest. The expansion of the rib cage. And we're going to focus on the rib cage for a minute. We're going to extend the inhale into the front of the chest. So lengthen your inhale and really breathe into the front of the chest. Let the chest really rise and expand. And on the exhale, really focus in on the sensation of the chest dropping and lowering. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. We're just focusing on the expansion forward of the lungs. Forward and up. Now I want you to expand the chest into the side body. So as you inhale, feel the lungs expanding left and right, almost like they're expanding towards your armpits. Fill the lungs with air in the side of the lungs. Fill the sides of the lungs. Expand sideways as you inhale. Really stretch that capacity of the lungs to move into the side body. You almost feel like you hit the walls on the side, on the left and right of you at the top of your inhale. One more time. And then now we're going to move towards the back. We're going to inhale into the back of the lungs. So expand the lungs in the back as you inhale, and then focus on the deflation and see how your back responds. Maybe your shoulders get involved. Feel the micro movements of your torso as you breathe into your back. And now, lastly, I want you to breathe into all four sides, front, back, left, and right. Feel that balloon expanding within your chest. One more time. Front, back, right, and left of the lungs, filling with air. And then exhale, let it settle. And that's just a really simple, beautiful way to take notice of how the body and the breath work together, and especially how much movement we have in the lungs that we don't actually use, that we don't actually take note of. So yeah, this is a wonderful thing that you can do sitting at your desk, is just breathing into the front of the lungs, the back of the lungs, and the right and the left of the lungs. All right, let's take a nice deep breath in, sweeping the arms up, interlace the fingers, send the hips to the right, look under the armpit, maybe just do a little sway here. And to the left. Beautiful afternoon. The breeze is coming in here. Open a window if you can. Inhale, recover. Exhale. Pelvis goes forward. Look up. Arch, tight glutes. And let's dive through the hands, coming forward, and let's just take the hands on the knees, slowly kind of getting into our bodies. Pull the right hip back and then the left hip back. So we're just kind of almost like a machine, like we're crawling, but we're not really crawling. Staying in place. Right hip and then left. And then arch. Look up and round, look down. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. Good. Stay here in the rounded back. Pull the right hip back and then the left. And then the right. Really stretching the lower back. This should feel really good right above the right and left hip bones. And then interlace the fingers and send them towards the camera, towards your screen. And keep kind of twerking the hips right and left back until it feels like you want to just pull both of them back, lift the belly button towards the spine, and get that deeper, deeper lower back stretch. Maybe lift the hands a little higher to get a mid-back stretch as well. And then release the hands, stand up and clasp them behind you and send the pointy finger down towards the ground. Open up the chest, look up, chin to the ceiling. Good, go ahead and release the hands to the shoulders. Let's just take some shoulder circles around and then the other way. And then maybe kiss them in front of you and open. And then maybe even drop the chin as you kiss them in front of you. Open and look up. And then let's just do a little teeter-tot here. So lift the right elbow all the way up so it's pointing towards the ceiling. If you want to look down here, that helps. And then switch sides. A left elbow points towards the ceiling. Right elbow is tucked right by the side body. Let's do that again. Right elbow goes up, and here, let's actually extend the arms. So feel that length from the fingertips to the heel of the right side. Bring the hands to the shoulders, teeter-tot to the other side. Elbow goes towards the ceiling, and extend. And if you want, you can look up, or looking down is fine. We're just really trying to get that shoulder stretched and the side body. Good. Let's take the hands to the shoulders again. And we're going to trace the circle forward. Forward. So I really want you to get that forward stretch, because then we're getting the space between the scapulas stretched out and warmed up. Good. Extend those arms, and let's just bring them in and out. In, tapping the shoulders and out. Let's add the breath. Good. And right from here, let's just try a tree. So let's go into a standing tree, bringing the right leg in to the side, to the inner thigh of the left leg. Interesting to do tree at the beginning of class. More of a struggle to get into that pose, to that balance, to that focus. It's nice to change up that timing sometimes. Usually we do it in the middle of class. Go ahead and just hold the knee to the side of the chest, and let's just circle the ankle. One way and then the other. And then bring it front, switch hands, and let's do a standing spinal twist, looking gently over the right shoulder. You can take that right arm out if you want. And come back to center and release. Try the other side, tree, starting with tree. Finding your balance, holding the knee to the side and circling the ankle. The standing leg is getting heated up, working for us to maintain our balance. Switch hands, and then looking over the left shoulder, standing spinal twist. And recover. Good. All right. Let's just do a full body kind of movement. We're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up. We're gonna exhale, dive through the curtain, bend at the knees over the toes, and then scoop across the belly with the hands. And then as we stand up, we take the arms side. So the movement is open the curtain, scoop, gather the energy, open the curtain, scoop, and I want you to really scoop the pelvis and the spine here, so it's a rounded spine, and then gather up the energy, and then if you can, really go through a flat back and then the rounded back as you scoop up. So we're really kind of getting a very nice flow going, and some spine warm up, and the legs are bending and straightening. So let's just do 5 of these. Inhale, exhale, dive, inhale, scoop and gather. Exhale, dive, inhale, scoop and gather. Let's just do 2 more because it feels good. Each time you dive, see if you can get further down into your forward fold, making that nose connect with the knees one last time. Good. Excellent. Take the hands, interlace the fingers, send the palms to the ceiling, and let's just walk those shoulders up the ladder a few times, one at a time, and then extend as we go down. Beautiful. Let's make our way down to the mat. I'm going to do a roll down, starting with the top of my head, but you can do another dive, or you can just find your way down to the mat. We're going to end up on our hands and knees. If you're going to do a roll down, let's just go slow, dropping the chin to the chest, shoulders, upper back, mid back, low back, waist come through the forward fold, maybe wag the tail and the head and the knees, whatever feels good for that forward fold. Bend the knees, come on down onto all fours, and let's just do prayer, forehead to the mat, and then a nice cobra or up dog, whatever feels good. If you want to tuck those toes and then lift off the floor for an up dog. You can also switch off. So we're just trying to get stretched out, activated, always matching the movement of your body with the movement of the breath. So always try to just find your own rhythm, yeah? Your body knows what it needs to do. I'll meet you here in prayer, just hang out here for a second. Really try to drop the pelvis down towards the ankles. And then take the hands over to the right. And the left. And center. Good. Go ahead and bring that right leg forward. And we're just going to lift the left arm up and push the hips slightly to the left, looking under that the left elbow, armpit. And then go ahead and let the pelvis come forward. You can take the hands on the knee here for a minute. So we're getting that nice psoas stretch there. Feel what that feels like. And then go ahead and take the arms up and then send the chest towards the ceiling. And then let those elbows kind of melt down towards the rib cage. And as you do that, let the torso fall over the front thigh and then send the pelvis back. And we're going to do that great hamstring stretch here. Flex the right foot. Breathe. Good. And send the weight forward and take that leg back. All right, let's switch sides. The left leg comes up. We're going to just come right up on that knee. The hips are right over the right knee. Take the right arm up. Press the whole pelvis to the right. Open up the chest, look under the armpit. Tight glutes here. Pressing the pelvis forward. Get that delicious stretch right here. Take a nice deep breath in, lift the arms up. Breathe. And then on an exhale, let those elbows melt as you let the chest reach towards the ceiling. And then let the torso fold over that thigh. Take the hands to the mat and lay the torso over the thigh. If you want, you can rotate the leg in the joint by just kind of gently moving the toes from right to left. That should feel good. And send the weight forward and come back onto all fours. Good. Let's tuck those toes and come into down dog. Breathe in down dog. Play in down dog. You can tread the feet so you can get a little calf stretch here. Good. All right, let's lift that right leg up and bring it through and go all the way forward into a lunge. Find that lunge. Maybe you do a little rock and roll here. And then take the right arm up, little twist. And let's take some circles with the arms here. Inhale, exhale, reach back. Inhale, exhale, reach back. Last one. Exhale, reach, 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 reach back. And beautiful. From here, place the hand down on the mat. We're actually going to sweep that leg back and up. Yeah, all the way up. Get the toe pointing towards the ceiling. Good. And then bring it right back in and bring it to pigeon. Let's just hang out here for a second in pigeon with the torso up. You can even come up onto your fingertips. That feels good. Looking up, chest forward, shoulders back. And then just keeping your hands exactly where they are. Let's just do a little pulse down and recover. Tuck that back toe, the back toes, and send that leg right back up in the air. Beautiful. Bring it through again. Now I want you to tuck the knee towards the forehead. Good. Get that nice tucked belly button towards the spine. One more time. Up in the air and then down to down dog. Come down onto all fours and let's come into child's pose just to get off the wrists for a minute. So we're going to do that same 3 poses, same 3 series on the other side. Taking it nice and easy. Coming back on into all fours, tucking the toes, come into down dog. Lifting the left leg up, bringing it forward into the lunge. Finding the lunge. Twisting the left arm up. Circling the arm. Inhale forward, exhale back. Hand comes down, and we just slide that leg along the mat all the way up and back. Pointing the toe towards the ceiling, bringing the knee in and through, all the way forward into pigeon. Propping those hands up on the fingertips, looking up. And a little flow here. Chest comes down to the mat. Elbows are out. Chest comes back up. And send that leg all the way up. One more time. Bringing the knee nice and close, tucking the pelvis up. So reaching the knee towards the nose. Hold here for a minute. Good, sending it back up and down, knees come to the mat. Let's tuck the toes and sit back on them, shaking the wrists out from the top of the head all the way down. Shaking out the shoulders. Let's take the hands just on the bottom of the low back, fingertips facing down. Let's bring those elbows together, try to bring them together. Tight glutes, I want you to kind of look up and see if you can lean back a little bit, dropping the shoulders, space between your shoulders and your ears. And coming all the way down, grab hold of the ankles and see if you can get the top of the head onto the mat. And then lift the pelvis up and send the belly button to the spine for rabbit pose. Getting that low back stretch. And also the space between the shoulders. And come on down. Oh, good. I'm going to stay on my knees for our pranayama, our 20 breaths. You know the drill. Inhale, look up. Exhale, heart center. Whenever you're ready, begin. And wrapping it up. Finish it. And let's just pull the hands right into heart center. Settle the breath. Good. Go ahead and get some water. I need some water. Okay. Let's start at the top of our mat. And we're just going to take a nice big step back, planting the right heel on the floor, squaring off the hips, and lifting into warrior one. So let's really get the pinky side of that right foot reaching down towards the mat. And see if we can come a little deeper into our lunge. And then lift the chest. Let's just breathe here, 3 breaths. On the next exhale, sweep the arms down and interlace the fingers behind your back. Take a nice deep breath in as you lift the chest, and then exhale. Take the chest all the way down, lifting the hands towards the ceiling, and then coming back up and releasing and coming right back into warrior one and stepping into mountain. Good, let's try the other side. Big inhale, step back, exhale, and then inhale, arms come up. Really establish your best warrior one for this moment, on this day, in this body. Finding your squared hips. Your chest is lifted, belly is lifted, pinky side of the foot rooting towards the mat. 3 breaths. On the exhale, arms come down, interlace the fingers. Look up, inhale. Exhale, torso comes forward. Look under those legs. Come right back up. Release the arms. Find your warrior one. And step back to mountain. Beautiful. Inhale. Step back with the right. And come into warrior two. Right, left hip is in front of right hip. Left knee is reaching towards the left. Right leg is spiraling right and back. For 3 breaths. On the inhale, stay there and come into reverse warrior. Take a deep breath here. And then on the inhale, lengthen that front foot and see if you can reach the fingertips far away from the toe. Coming back into warrior two. Stepping up to mountain. Big inhale. Step back with the left leg. Find your warrior two. Make all the adjustments you need to do to get the hips in one line. Find your deepest lunge. 3 breaths. Stay there on the inhale. Reverse warrior. Take a deep breath. Inhale, lengthen that front leg. Reach the fingertips away from the toes. And then come back to warrior two. And step forward. That's turning out to be the hardest part. All right, inhale. On the exhale, step back. Actually, you know what? Step back to warrior one. I gotta adjust myself back a little bit, or I'm gonna hit the wall here. So we're gonna go into warrior three from here. So we've done warrior one, warrior two, and now we're about to get into warrior three. So right from here, all we're gonna do is lift the back heel into crescent on the inhale, and then on the exhale, push off that leg to teeter tot forward. Woo, into warrior three. Now you want the flashlight of this right hip shining down towards the mat. Arms can be at your sides or they can be above your head. I don't have the room. And then we're just gonna come right up, swinging that knee all the way through to bring it to the front of us, close to the chest. Now we're gonna do something fancy here. We're gonna cross that leg, sweep the arms down, bring the right arm underneath the left, and come into eagle. So we're double dipping on this one. We're getting a 2 for 1. So really sitting into that eagle pose, breathing 3 breaths. And on the inhale, Uncross the arms, sweep them up. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale back down to mountain. So I changed my mind. We're not going to step back into warrior one on this. We're going to step right into crescent. That makes sense, more sense. So on the left side, we're going to step back right into crescent. Let's take a breath here. Inhale and step back. Crescent pose. Find your crescent. Check yourself in your camera. Are you making a crescent shape with your body? Go ahead, take a nice deep breath in. Shoot the weight forward over that standing leg into warrior three. Shine the left hip down towards the mat. 3 breaths. Oh. On the exhale, swing that knee down, through, and up. Really see how close you can get the thigh to the chest. Really activate that. Cross the left over the right and the left under, the left arm under the right. Wait, is that right? Yeah, because we did that one. And coming into eagle. Now, some of you might be able to hook that foot behind your calf. I'm not really able to do that, but I'm reaching towards trying to. 3 breaths. And unravel. Take a nice deep breath in, look up, and exhale. Sweep the arms down. All right, let's get another sip of water. Those are 3 really simple, easy to remember patterns that get you through warrior 1, warrior 2, and warrior 3. So we just have maybe one more fancy thing we want to do before we get onto our backs and do our core. So let's take a nice deep breath in, sweep the arms up, dive through. We'll do a little sun salutation, sit up here halfway up. Inhale and exhale, back down. Inhale, walk the hands out to down dog, and then exhale in down dog. Three breaths here. Go ahead and lift that right leg up in the air on the inhale. Exhale, swing it through. Now we're gonna stand on the right leg, lift the left leg up in the air, put weight on that right hand in front of us and come into half moon. So I like to stack my left hip on top of my right and then reach the arm up with the focus. So my focus is up towards my fingertips. My foot is flexed. We're going to come right back down to the lunge position. And then we're going to straighten that front leg and come into a nice hamstring stretch or triangle pose. Good. And then back down into the lunge and step into down dog. 3 breaths here. On the next inhale, lift the left leg up, swing it through into the lunge. Position yourself so you have room to move forward. Shift the weight onto that left leg. Fingertips of the left hand on the ground. See if you can open up the hips. First, stack the right hip on top of the left, and then reach up and look up. 3 breaths. Hands come down, foot comes down into the lunge. And then just bring that foot slightly closer, stretch the front leg, and come into a triangle pose. Back into the lunge, and then back into down dog. Go ahead and walk the feet to the hands, and let's just come into a nice forward fold. We should be really loose now. If you want to challenge yourself, you can put your hands underneath your feet, palms up. And release those hands if you got them under there. And go ahead and roll vertebrae by vertebrae slowly to standing. Good. Let's find our way down onto our knees. I'm going to double my mat because I like to be comfortable. Go ahead and take the right foot out. We're going to do a little series here. Lifting the left arm up. We're going to start with our gate pose. And we're going to flow through that all the way up. And then we're going to take the hand down to the mat, lift the right leg off the floor, and then reach the right arm up and over, up and back. I have to readjust myself. Okay. So inhale, exhale, gate. Inhale, recover. Exhale, reach. Inhale, arm comes above the head. Exhale, recover. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, gate. Inhale, recover. Exhale, lift the leg off the floor. Inhale, reach above the head, look at the fingertips, and come back. Ooh, that's fun. I just made that up. Okay, readjust. Find your left leg out to the side. Now you don't want your booty behind you, right? Underneath you, even feeling like your pelvis is a little forward because that's gonna activate the glutes. Right arm comes up, inhale. Exhale, we're gonna go into our gate pose. We're gonna inhale, sweep the arm all the way out and down. The leg comes off the floor. Now this is where you really don't want the caboose behind you. You want it forward. The arm comes up, and then we reach it over the head, and then we come back up to neutral. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Ooh. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Yay. Oh, got those glutes activated, right? Good job. Let's actually come into a nice sumo squat. So find your feet where you can kind of drop the pelvis right down between the feet. Hands are in prayer. You might have to adjust a little bit. You want your chest up. Elbows are pushing the knees back. From here, we're just gonna come right up into star. Oh my goodness, look at us. We're gonna do that 2 more times. All the way down. All the way up. All the way down. All the way up. Great. All right, find your way down to the mat. We're gonna lay on our backs. Hands are gonna be in prayer in front of our chest. Inhale. Exhale, come to sitting. Lift the arms up. Do a little sway to the right. A sway to the left. Come back to prayer and roll down. Inhale. Exhale, sit up. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, sit up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, down. We're gonna keep going. When you do your sway, I want to challenge you to not just do the arms, but to actually lean the torso back and twist and twist. So we're not just rowing a boat with our arms up here. We're actually tilting back. The arms are here and we're twisting and looking back behind us and twisting and looking back behind us and then coming down nice and slow and controlled. All right, let's just do a few. I'm not going to count. We're just going to feel it out. Here we go. Always inhale before you start and exhale sitting up. All right. Woo, that was good. Go ahead and just let the knees fall to the right and the left because we might have been gripping a little bit in our hips and that's no bueno. We want to loosen that up. And let's actually bring the legs to table. And what we're going to do is we're just going to lift the knees and the pelvis off the floor. They're going to come towards our face, but we really want to actually be lifting them up. But they have to come forward a little bit. So let's just do 10. Good. Leave the legs up for a minute. Let's just scissor the legs down. So right leg comes down and up. Left leg comes down and up. Right. Left. Right. And now see if you can keep doing this, but have them cross at 45 degrees. So have the legs scissor switch at 45. Nice and slow. Now, if that's too much, just do the L shape where you extend one and bring it up. But this is just an added challenge to have them meet at 45 degrees. We're really activating those lower abs. And release the knees to the chest. And circle those knees. Both ways. Good. Hands come down by the side. Inhale. Feet are flat on the mat. Exhale, pelvis comes up. And we're just going to hang out here for a minute. See if you can get the pelvis a little higher. Tight glutes. We're going to take a little march here. Right leg marches and left leg. And right and left. Don't let the pelvis fall. Two more sets. Now you can always just hold bridge because that's a beautiful thing. And I'll meet you back in bridge and we're going to do 10 knees open and kiss. And release. That was good. Do what feels good right now. Wiggle around on your mat. Yeah, let's cross the right leg over the left and do a little glute stretch here. Pulling the left thigh towards the chest while you maybe push the right knee away. And let that foot fall on the ground, the left foot. And then let the right foot fall on the ground. So you've got a twist going. And then lift the right arm and push the left knee away with the the right knee away with the left hand. And then uncross and recross with the left. Lift the feet off the floor, pull the right thigh towards the chest while you push the left knee away. My feet are flexed to protect the ankle. And let the feet fall to the floor. Reach the left hand away. And push the left knee away with the right hand. That should feel super good along the left hip and the low back. And recover. And let's actually hug the right knee to the chest. And then cross it over the body. And let's do a spinal twist here. Reaching the knee and the shoulder to the floor. And recover slowly. Extend that leg. Bring the other leg, other knee to the chest, and then cross the body. The hand should be at shoulder height. And this is the side that's really tight, so go easy. These spinal twists are actually pretty intense, so breathe, release, surrender. And recover. And let's take the outside of the feet in the hands and come into happy baby and just kind of rock side to side, keeping the lower back on the mat. Try to relax everything that doesn't need to be working right now. And extend the arms above the head and the legs down on the mat. Take a nice deep breath in and hold the breath. Tighten everything in your body. Scrunch it all up. Hold the breath. Tighten, tighter, tighter. And release. Swallow. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Stick out the tongue, say, ah, ah. And find your way into Shavasana, closing your eyes, relaxing, and honoring the work that we've done today. Stay in Shavasana for as long as you want. Otherwise, we will close today's practice with gratitude, always. After our yoga class, it's a great time to be grateful because we really feel the effort that it takes to move through space, to move through this life. We really feel our limitations and we feel our power. And we feel the vitality and the life force that lives within us, our breath, always there for us, our anchor. And the spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste. Thanks so much for coming